Welcome back to Doobrey's Day. Today on Doobrey's Day we'll come back to the sheds. It's a sunny day, so we're going to make throwing knives. Let's go! So me, Doobs and I haven't been in a shed in a while, and we decided that we want to go make some throwing knives. Now I can use them for my martial art, so I'll only be using them in a confined environment and it won't be taken outside or anything like that. The idea is that we're going to draw out some designs. We're going to use stock removal today to make sure we can actually make them. If that works well, then we'll go on to make some Damascus in another week, and then we'll make some Damascus versions. So first things first, let's draw out the designs. Okay, a bit dirty, but that's the idea of a design. So let me talk you through this. I've got a 2 centimetre, I guess you call this a bevel of some form, 6 centimetres or 60 millimetres to this throwing tip, 25 centimetres or 250 millimetres in length, and then over here we have it as 30 millimetres or 3 centimetres wide. I'm going to put some fancy pantsy holes in it as well. So that's my design, and then I'll show you Mini Doobs' design. Once we've made the designs, we then have to cut them out, and then we're going to use these designs, we're going to stick them onto the steel, and then we're going to use stock removal today rather than actually forging, and stock removal these just to see if they work based on designs, and if they don't we can adjust our designs accordingly. So we'll quickly cut these out. Here are my ones already cut out. I've made 2, and then I'll stick these onto the steel. Mini Doobs are just going to finish cutting these out. We'll stick them on steel and we'll start with the stock removal. Okay, I've gone through my steel pile. I've got a nice bit of stainless steel here that I used to make the Cook's One knives. I'm making a adhesive of these. I've got some impact adhesive here. I'm going to use that and glue these on, and then I'm going to cut them out, and then we can start talking about stock removal, which we can either use the grinder or the bench grinder. So let's get those stuck on. And the reason we do this is so we can then cut it off into 3, and we might use the bandsaw to cut them off, and we might use the bandsaw to get these roughly into profile, and then we can either use the angle grinder, or the bench grinder, the 2x72 bench grinder, and grind them away. This is only about 3mm thick, which should be sufficient. This is our first attempt anyway. If this doesn't work, then we can cut some more out, and we can obviously go for thicker metal. We can go for some high carbon steel metal if we wish, but we'll give this a try. So let's get cutting these out. Okay, that's the stock removal part done. What we're going to do now is move on to the belt grinder and try and tidy these things up. Looking pretty good. Mini Doobs use the technique of cutting in a little bit, then cutting across, which is nice and easy. We'll get back onto the belt grinder in a moment, but I'm going to make my curves on the end here and then make the bevels on both sides. That's going to be interesting. I haven't done that before, but let's have a go. Let's go onto the belt grinder. Okay, so we just finished grinding them on the 2x72. Mini Doobs is now going to have the joy of removing his paper so we can see what it looks like. Off you go, Mini Doobs. Now, our bevels aren't perfect. This is just our trial, so I'm not expecting this to look amazing. And all the paper sticks. He's now going to go and put it in water. It's all the paper stuck to the side of it, because that adhesive glue is pretty good. And if this works, when we can make some other ones. I don't know if they're going to be thick enough, but while he just does that, as you can see on here, I tried two types of bevels. I tried a more of a curved bevel and more of a pointed bevel. And I don't know which one's going to work better. But I've turned them over. See, these are all stainless steel, so I need to get this paper off of both sides so we can see what they look like. One's slightly longer than the other in the end from the grinding. I've set up a target in the garden, so we'll clean these up and we'll take them to the target. Mini Doobs has gone off to the grinder because his hasn't stuck yet. He was gutted if mine stuck. So he's trying to make his super duper sharp. But I think it's too heavy on the front, whereas these are quite long, so he wanted short ones, and quite thin. He wanted his to be fat. So that's what I think anyway. So when he comes back, shh, don't tell him. I'm gonna go and sharpen mine and have another go. So Mini Doobs and I just finished our lives. We've had some success. I think the shape of Mini Doobs isn't quite conducive to him throwing it yet, so you may want to adjust his design. Mine seems to stick every other time, so we're getting there. But that's our first attempt at throwing knives. Much good fun for a Sunday afternoon, isn't it? And I think we'll make some more. Apparently we need wine.
I'm going to have a glass of wine and I'm going to throw some knives.
Wow.
Hi everyone.
Thank you so much for watching Doobrey's Day. Where's the target? Where's the target? Thank you so much for watching Doobrey's Day. I look forward to seeing you next week. Cheers then. Bye.
Run.
No.